My GF, female/27, has been cheating on me, male/26, while living in my house. I have undeniable proof. What can I do? So here's the scenario. I own a house and invited my girlfriend to live with me approximately a year and a half ago. I just took a job out of state and am now living out of state during the week, but I return home every weekend. This is just a temporary situation since she has shown an interest in relocating out here with me. I'm sure you can guess where this is headed. My girlfriend has been cheating on me when I am away during the week and has been bringing males over to my house while I am gone. I have unequivocal evidence. This is the first portion of my query. Can I simply toss her out since I own the house and her name isn't on anything? According to what I've read, I should provide a few days' notice, but everything I've read says something slightly different. If it matters, the house is in Pennsylvania. Part 2 of my difficulty is that even if I am required by law to issue a warning, I am still going to take her belongings from my house to her mother's apartment. The only problem is that, since she is not presently working, I need to get her out of the home for at least 10 hours so that I can get all of her belongings out, and she has no reason to return after I inform her that it is done. I'm looking for suggestions on how to get her out of the home for that long. I can't think of anything to get her out, so any innovative assistance would be much appreciated. Edit. I appreciate the legal counsel, but can you give me some moral advice as well? How can I get her out of the home long enough for me to relocate her belongings? I'm not going to simply leave it outdoors. I'm going to drive it myself to her mother's place, where she'll be residing until I toss her out. I need assistance in this matter. Please be inventive. I can't take seeing her for any longer than necessary. I need her to go right now. I know if I kick her out, she will never take it in a place since I will have thrown the evidence in her face. She wouldn't have the guts to stand up to the circumstance. She'd be too embarrassed to see me, and I know she wouldn't want to see me again. She, on the other hand, will not want to leave the house. This is the problem. This is why I need to get her out for a few minutes, so I can physically relocate her belongings so she has no incentive to return to the home. I know that once she and her belongings are gone, that's the end of it. Story 2. My BF of 3 years cheated. Again. It is now 2 o'clock at night where I reside. I am at my BF's house, really his parents' house since we're both in our early 20s and still live at home, and all I wanted to do was go to bed. He'd already dozed off while watching a YouTube video on his phone. I wanted to take his phone away, so I clicked on his texts, not completely on accident, not gonna lie. He just switched medications, which has some fairly nasty side effects, and I was hoping to see if he attempts to call any of his buddies with whom he has lost touch. I was also curious to see whether he collaborates with anybody else. And although he continues to do so, which makes me happy since he has a lot of friends all over the globe due to Hello Talk and other applications, I also saw that he had some recent discussions with a few of ladies. He didn't save their phone numbers and all of their conversations were muted, so he wouldn't be notified if they texted him. That was already suspicious, and the most recent text stated, "Yes, I'd like that, sir," so I clicked on it. In a nutshell, he presently with 3 other females, something he did around 2 years ago. If you're wondering why did you remain the first time he slept with another woman? At the time, I was pretty ill, so any type of intercourse was virtually impossible, and I was also quite insufferable. Not that it excuses my conduct, but for background, so I played it down as a crazy power fetish, and the other lady lived on the other side of the world, so a meeting was never planned. When I found out back then, it was also late at night, and I didn't say anything until the following day, when he drove me to the train station and I questioned him about it. We had a lengthy conversation, after which I separated myself from him for a while. Needless to say, we resolved the situation and everything was good, I guess. Never checked his phone the last 2 years. But what about now? We have a fantastic relationship and a fantastic life, so there's no need to go elsewhere, even if it's a power fetish. I also spend the most of my time at his parents' home. They're probably more engaged in my life than my own, and I'll be honest, I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with him. I'm very much a part of his family. For example, he and his parents offered to purchase me a vehicle when my parents damaged mine and didn't replace it. They take me on every holiday, and they're just generally extremely kind and caring towards me. He also constantly states that he doesn't consider porn to be cheating, which I agree with. Go watch all the porn in the world. I do the same. But he also doesn't consider sleeping with a prostitute to be cheating. He's never slept with one. He simply said it, since he wouldn't have emotions for her, which I clearly disagree with, and I told him so. So it's possible that he doesn't consider to be a huge problem, but since it's occurred before, he knows how I feel about it. So now I'm wondering whether I should wake him up and confront him. Bearing in mind that I don't have a method to go home. Should I wait till tomorrow? Break up right away? Pack my belongings and walk home for 4 hours? Don't say anything. I apologize. This text is rather lengthy and chaotic. English isn't my first language and I'm not in the best of moods right now, so it's probably full of errors. Story 3. The cheater helped me find out he was cheating on me, go figure. So, I'm depressed. Yes, he had been cheating and deceiving me the whole time, but I'm glad I was able to obtain the clarity I really needed given how stressful and perplexing this whole scenario had been. I learned about it via a Facebook remark. The last nail in the coffin was his tiny side piece commenting on one of his images and referring to him as my love. I questioned him, and of course he made up some BS reason, and I just knew in my gut that this was the indication. I needed to finally realize that he had been lying all along. I contacted the female and she too was unaware of anything, so I dug out my invoices and showed her everything. What's strange about this entire case is that he indirectly contributed to my finding out. It was because of him that I spotted the remark and was able to respond so quickly. Here's what happened. We were on the phone, and we were having a pleasant discussion. We were chatting about how I was going to see him and how much he wanted to see me. We had a little discussion about it, and then he informed me that he had purchased new scrubs for work, he's a doctor, and that he had posted a picture of himself wearing them on Facebook, and he wondered whether I had seen it. When I responded no, he said, "Really? I uploaded it yesterday, go check it out." He genuinely needed my opinion on his new scrubs, so while we were on the phone, I went to his profile, viewed the picture, and immediately noted the remark from the female who called him my love. I got a picture of it and questioned him about it right away. And he was like, "What? What are your thoughts?" Then he went ahead and removed it. "Oh, I thought I concealed that statement," he said. "It's nothing, she's just a work girl." "Then why didn't you remove it in the first place?" I said. I informed him that I had screenshotted the remark so he couldn't lie. "Ugh, you always whine," he remarked. "I'm telling you the truth, but every time I explain it, you don't believe me." I contacted the lady through my brother's Facebook, and she confirmed that they were dating, and I gave her all of the proof that indicated he was deceiving both of us, including the fact that he removed her Facebook remark, as well as the messages and photos between us. She believed me because she thanked me, well, technically my brother, for telling her the truth, and she claims she broke up with him, which I really hope is true since it's exactly what he deserves. It's incredible that he lost both daughters on the same day. It's poetic justice. A little Facebook remark shattered his whole persona. He was the one who ended up revealing his true identity. I wouldn't have known as quickly if he hadn't urged me to go look at his image. God really works in strange ways. I keep replaying this awful incident in my thoughts, but it's only been 2 days, and I'll get over it.